At this time, I will call to order the Tewksbury Finance Committee meeting for Monday, May 24th, 2021. On the agenda tonight, we have a lot of transfers to talk through here. Is Brian on the line with us?
Brian Gilbert's on the line, and I believe the police chief may be joining us too.
Okay. If Brian's on the line, then we can start with his. That makes sense.
Brian, you with us?
I am here.
Excellent. Let's start.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello. There we go.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
All right. I'll share the transfers as we talk about them here. Move that over here. Let's see, share. I don't see you again. Go down. I think it's 68. Number's a little hard to see. So let's start. I think that's.
There we go.
Yep.
This isn't.
So this is lateral transfer 68, amount of 23,830 from account DPW highway leases and contracts to account DPW forestry leases and contracts.
Rob, this is pretty straightforward. Because the staff has been doing more of the roadside cutting, there's money left in the highway leases and contracts. And Brian's looking to move it over to forestry, hazardous trees that we have in the community. And bringing in the contractor, the work requires a crane, so that's why we want to bring in a contractor to do that work.
Thanks. Anybody have any questions?
Are those all over town, or are they concentrated in one area?
They're all over town.
Figures.
Different location.
You move the crane around and around, right?
Right.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
First, I'll check with everybody to see if they have any questions. Susan, have any questions?
No.
Jason?
No, Mr. Chairman.
I do not either. So, Rich, that was a motion to approve.
Yes.
Second.
Vote, Rich. How do you vote?
Aye.
Susan, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Takes care of 60. Let's move down to 57. $80,000 from DPW Fleet Gas Diesel to DPW Highway Traffic and Street Signs.
So what we're looking to do here is transfer the funds into highway traffic, traffic and street signs to put a pedestrian crossing at the Pan Am Railroad on Shawsheen Street as part of the sidewalk that we're building. This was needed for a safe crossing of the railroad. And the reason why we have extra funds diesel account is based on usage over the past year and price of gas. Obviously, with COVID, we didn't use as much as we normally would. And we just want to utilize the extra funds to pay for the crossing instead of using Chapter 90 funds for the crossing, and save the Chapter 90 funds for other transportation projects such as paving of roads in town.
Okay. Is on Shawsheen up by where Dascom and East, up at that area? Shawsheen, or am I?
Yes, it's up near Vale, just beyond, right, that crossing right there. And they have to have actually a gate on both sides and an ADA pad to cross their tracks and really want, well, we have to have the railroad do the work just from a liability standpoint, and that's their perspective as well. They want to do the work, so they'll be the contractor, if you will.
Yeah. So is this, are we required to do this work, or is this just?
No, we're required to do this work.
Okay. Did that come down from the state or something?
It's the state, but they won't, we shouldn't be putting a sidewalk on both sides indicating safe passage. You also have ADA issues there. So yes, it comes from the railroad, it comes from the state, and it comes from best management practice, really.
Yeah, I go by there all the time. It does look like it could be. That's, walking. People walking there all the time, and they're kind of going around,
Right.
Anyway, anybody have any questions on this one?
I do. Is the pad that is there that old? I mean, it doesn't seems like we replaced that pad not too long ago.
No, you're right. That pad is probably, I want to say, in about 8 years old, something like that. They're about 5 to 8 years old. But where they need to add the pad is on the outside of the existing arms for the vehicles. So you'll have one on the inside, the gate that comes down, and then the one on the outside of that. And so you need that new pad for and it has to be ADA compliant. So
Yep. So
slightly different.
So we're not replacing the pad that's on the automotive part.
Right, that is my understanding. Yes, sir.
Okay. That was my.
Any other questions? Do we have any motions?
I'll motion to accept.
Jason with a motion. I'll second it. Roll call vote. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Okay. Chair votes aye as well. That's 4-0. Okay. We have a sewer, I believe. That's right here.
Yep.
In the amount of $23,767.86 from Lowell Sewer to all other supplies fund. Can you explain that a little, Brian?
Sure. So, and Brian can jump on this more, but at the beginning of the year, we had an issue with our SCADA system, which is our electronic reporting system within the pump station at East Street. We weren't sure because it was the beginning of the year. We didn't want to hit our budget right away. So the Pulte Fund is a fund that was set as a gift account that was set up a couple of years back when Pulte Homes in Andover connected to our sewer system. They provided the town with funding to undertake some sewer projects within the community. It was approximately $1.6 million to mostly deal with inflow and infiltration issues, as well as upgrade to one of the pump stations. So we used the funds at the beginning of the fiscal year to address this emergency, and then if we had funds at the end of the year, we would make the adjustment back in order to put the money back into the Pulte Fund to address I&I issues as we primarily wanted to with the use of that fund. So now we're getting close to the end of the year. We looked at the budget. The Lowell Sewer, because of the assessment being charged to us is less than what we budgeted, has excess funds in it. We'd like to transfer the money out of Lowell Sewer, put it into sewer, all other supplies where we would have paid for this emergency repair from the beginning if we had funds. And then put the money back in the Pulte fund to make that whole and undertake the inflow infiltration projects we had planned. Brian, did I miss anything?
No, that's right on. Yep.
Okay. Questions from the committee?
I've got two questions. First one is just out of curiosity. What does SCADA stand for, and what does the system do?
Let's see. It's SCADA.
It's a test, Brian.
Data analysis. Let's go. It's it's basically the telemetry of the pump stations.
It's supervisory control and data acquisition.
There you go.
So, what's it telling us?
Well, what happened was it actually we had it tells us when we have high in the wet well, whether or not we have a high level in the wet well, whether or not we have a low level in the wet well, how much time the pumps run. It basically monitors the analytics of the pump station. What we had was the wet wells flooded and really knocked out the SCADA system. So we had to have an instrument company basically come in and rehaul and rewire the SCADA system down there.
Okay, so is this the larger building?
Yes.
On the right.
Right.
Okay.
Right at the farm. Yes.
All right. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. Susan or Jason? Anything?
No, sir.
Okay. Questions? Motions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Jason with a second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan? Susan? Go back to
Aye.
Susan. Jason? Oh, whoop, we got an aye. I got you. Jason?
Aye.
And chair votes aye as well. Okay.
Great. I guess that does it for me. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks, Brian.
All right,
Okay.
Brian.
Have a nice, good evening.
Good night, Brian.
Okay. Take care.
All right, so go back to the top here, which is the, okay, yeah, so we have, numbering's a little out of order, but we have 4 transfers from HR, different accounts, but going into medical.
Correct.
Yeah, so I can, well, do you want to just give a quick summary on that, Richard?
Yeah, so the medical account handles new hire, physicals. It also handles any times we send someone to the doctor to get reviewed to come back to work. And we mostly this year we had just a lot of new hires that we were sending through for exams with the retirements that we have and the changeover in staff. So we just, and this was all departments. It wasn't any one particular: police, fire, DPW, administrative. So just was a unique year. We have filled all the positions. Going into next year, we'll have some retirements and things like that, but we should be okay. But it's just hard to gauge because based on anyone leaving, any injuries or return to work type of things that we need to do.
Yep. So on these 4, it's number 48, 52, 53, and 54. The current balance in the administrative medical is minus $2,764.94. That's what the
Correct.
current balance
That's
is.
today's balance, yeah.
So you can kind of ignore what it says on the transfers. Will they fix that, or will they just,
Yeah, I'll have her fix the balance.
so does anybody have any questions on, these four?
No, sir.
Not seeing any. What I'd like to do is take them as a group. So I'll read them off just so we have it. It's number 48 in the amount of $5,000 from postage to the medical. Number 52 is in the amount of $240 from dues to medical. Number 53 is $70 from staff development medical. Number 54 is in the amount of $3,339.74 from temp part-time to medical. Look for a motion on lateral transfer 48, 52, 53, and 54.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay, Jason.
I'll second.
Rich, second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. So it's unanimous 4-0 for that group. Go to so we can start with number 62 that's on the screen. It's in the amount of $40,000 from police salaries to police overtime. Pretty straightforward.
Yes, this is pretty straightforward. It's just coverage. I mean, the amount of people that were down at all the different ranks and patrolmen, and just covering shifts based on what we believe we need for the end of the year.
Anybody have any questions on this one? Seeing none,
No.
do we have any motions?
Motion to accept.
I'll second.
Rich with a second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
And chair votes aye, so that's 4-0 unanimous. 64, amount of 9,000 from police out of grade or all other to police uniforms, $9,000.
It was just, we had, again, with retirements we had this year and having to uniform new officers, we just needed to, we didn't have enough money in the budget this year.
And it's account is in a deficit right now of 9.
Correct.
Oh, is that Steve? Thomas, how are you?
Good. How's everybody? Sorry, I jumped in late.
No, glad you can make it. We're just discussing number 64. You'll see it on the screen. It's for the uniform account. Anybody have any questions? Do we have any motions?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Rich for the second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well, 4-0. So just so you know, Chief, we already did number 62, moving money from salaries to overtime. Like that.
Okay.
Just did 64. 65. Lateral transfer in the amount of $22,500 from police part-time to police dispatch overtime.
So the police, because we started the Regional Communications Center later than July 1, we actually didn't go live until October 1st. We didn't hire part-time individuals in the police department to cover the front desk, and we still had to run our dispatches at the police station. So with people being out and for covering shifts, we ran a deficit in the overtime account. So we want to transfer funds from the police part-time that has a balance in it because of, again, not hiring people to cover the desk till the RECC went live. And there's a surplus in police out of grade for this year based on not spending all the funds for people to work out of grade within the department for overtime.
Makes sense. Do you have any questions? Not seeing any. Do you have any motion?
Motion
to
accept.
Jason,
Second.
Rich with a second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. 4-0. 66 is more or less, yeah, right?
Yep.
Lateral transfer 9,749.09 from police out of grade to police dispatch overtime. Just talk.
Yep. Same reason.
Yep.
But
Does anybody have any questions on this one?
Just for my own edification, when you say out of grade, the police officer is doing a job that he's not.
yeah, working at a higher grade than his normal grade.
Okay, thank you. That's what I thought. I'll make a motion to approve.
You have a motion?
Second.
And with a second, Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. 4-0. One more for 39. Amount of 7,500 from police salaries to police all other.
Yeah, this is simply to cover the cost of the maintenance contracts for the copiers and the printers in the department, as well as the any of the supplies for it. This account was hit pretty hard with other things this year, so funds are needed just to cover these areas. Next year shouldn't be an issue.
Questions?
Are those pieces of equipment fairly new?
Chief?
Yeah, so we rotate them. We have a contract for our copiers for all the service. One of the issues that we ran into when looking at the budget over the last year that was different from any other year was that we had to purchase more laptops, cameras, microphones, and those types of things to, sorry about that, to, cover people when they were working in a remote capacity. So we had a lot more of that this year that we had to do that was not budgeted for, but we're moving forward. We'll be in a good position to have that covered.
Thanks.
Questions or? One,
Motion to accept.
Jason?
I'll second.
Second, Rich. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. 4-0.
Thanks, Chief.
Yeah, I think that does it. Police.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, let's see what we have next. We already did the DPW ones. Facilities and grounds. Do we have any request numbers for these or?
Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, hold on one second.
Rob, could you scroll down one more line? I can't read the.
Yeah, the screen's having here. It's not, it's sort of blotted out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Try scrolling. There we go.
Thank you.
I think my laptop's getting low on resources here.
I believe this first one is 74. The second one is 75.
74 is in the amount of $5,200.
Yep,
And what was the other one? 75, you said?
yep.
So 74 in the amount of 5,200 lateral transfer, facilities and grounds, FT salaries to overtime.
Yep. So we just had more overtime this year because the building maintenance person for the town hall has been coming in early to clean the regional communications facility. You know, we'll be applying for grant reimbursements for it, but we haven't received it yet. But I want to clean up the deficit and have it done before the end of the fiscal year. And we'll adjust moving forward next year.
Because is that because these are kind of COVID related things?
It was both. It was COVID related and the fact that they don't have any custodial services over there. So we're just helping out.
Okay.
The 5,200 will get us to the end of the year.
Based on what we're spending on a weekly basis, yes.
Okay. Okay, any other questions? All right, look for a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Rich, motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Susan. Any vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason? Jason, you there?
I'm getting there.
Are you there, Jason? I'd say he was having technical difficulties. Give him a second. Still with us, Jason?
Oh, sorry. I had to put my daughter to bed. Aye.
Okay, we got an aye, and chair votes aye.
Is her homework done?
Oh, well, she didn't finish her dinner. Just crashed in bed with her iPad, obviously.
Okay, so this is lateral transfer 75. The amount of $6,817 from facilities and grounds salaries to repairs and maintenance. Brief summary here, what the money will be used for.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. So I don't know if that number looks right. Hold on for a second, Rob. Yeah.
Yeah, because it does say something about term.
Should be more than that. Hold on for 1
Set
second.
this one aside for now.
Sure. I'm just going to add it up.
We can wait if that's.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, that should be 35,617. I don't know what happened there. It's my fault.
35,617.
617, yep. So there's a surplus in this account because we had a vacancy that by the time we hired the person, the salary wasn't being used in the beginning of the year. And the person that we hired is making less than the person that previously held a position. So we had excess funds in this account. What the facilities director would like to do is undertake these projects before the end of the year. He wants to repair a video camera that we have down at the parks. That's near the skate park and Memorial Field. That gives us an idea if there's any vandalism going on. So we'd like to fix that for $1844. He'd also like to bring power to the dirt parking lot across from the Field of Dreams for a school for the cricket teams to plug in a scoreboard. That's $2650. He'd also like to, he needs to fix 2 backflow preventers that needed to be repaired. One on the shed near Memorial Field and the other in the barn where the recreation department works out of. He would like to fix the floodlights in the front of the building at the recreation department for $1,200. He would like to remove the guardrail. For anybody who's been down there, there's a guardrail for some reason in the middle of the field behind Memorial Field. Never understood why it was there. I would like to remove that. He'd like to purchase more trash barrels for the entire complex for $10,000. And then because there's not much left in the account, I'd like to add another 10 in there to get us to the remainder of the fiscal year for general building maintenance, not only at Livingston Field, but all town facilities.
Okay. Questions?
Yeah, I have 2. That guardrail, and that's the one behind Memorial, I'm sorry, past the outfield of Memorial and between the 2 minor league fields?
Correct.
I never understood why that was there either. The other question is, the floodlights that we're replacing, are they going to be LED? Or
Yes.
normal? Okay.
No, everything we do now is LED.
Okay, good. That's all I have.
That cricket scoreboard have an explanation on how you can score on the cricket? Because even if I saw the score, I wouldn't have any idea.
I went down and tried to watch one game. I went down on the Saturday and watched. I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah.
It was fun to watch, but I didn't know what was going on. I just want to add this one more time, Rob, because I was doing it quick, if that's okay.
Yep. Please do.
Yeah, $36,817. So I was missing the 3. I was missing a 3 in that sheet.
Okay.
When I had 6,817, I was missing the 3. So 36,817.
Okay. Any other questions? If not, I would look for a motion. Transfer 75. Sorry?
Motion to accept.
Jason with a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. Group is for Council on Aging, I believe, right?
Correct.
So there's, do we have numbers for those as well?
Yep. So the first one you're on, that's number 69. And the building's been closed for most of the year, so they have surpluses in a variety of accounts, one being office supplies. And we're going to be opening in the next couple of weeks, a soft opening, but the director and the facilities manager would like to just get some repairs done on the flooring for the men's and ladies' rooms and bring the toilets up to ADA standards. That's what
all of
First
these
two.
are related to, from what I can tell.
correct.
I'd like to take these as a group. So we have one of them for $1,000, which I'm showing on the screen, from office supplies to the repairs and maintenance account.
Yep.
I'll just-
Regular salaries has a surplus because we had someone leave, and there was the person we hired came in at less of a salary. Car allowance. We went most of the year without an outreach coordinator, so we didn't spend car allowance there. In the last two, because of COVID, there's been no staff development, and dues and memberships had a surplus.
Oh, okay, staff development and then do. Okay, so let me run through these real quick. $1,000 from office supplies to repairs and maintenance, one of them. $2,427.99 from regular salaries to repairs and maintenance.
Correct.
$1,500 from car allowance to repairs and maintenance. $2,305 from staff development to repairs and maintenance. $1,471 from dues and membership to repairs and maintenance, all for the back floors and bringing the toilets up to 88. Anybody have any questions on those five?
Yeah, just a simple question. I'm sure I know the answer, but this isn't also adding the buttons to open the door automatically, is it?
No.
I didn't figure that. Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? And do you have any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Susan with a second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye as well. So that's for those five transfers. We'll get the numbers for them. Send them in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have the town accountant check all the numbers tomorrow.
Okay. All right. I think that leaves us one last one for the reserve fund transfer.
So
Just the one now.
we have been reviewing our website and trying to determine what type of improvements we wanted to make. It was something that we're working with the Board of Selectmen on, we're talking internally about, and the website does need some improvements. We looked at a redesign of the current platform that we use, and the host is Civic Plus. And just to redesign it without any real upgrades was $6,500. And then Civic Plus brought to us the option of the new platform that we have, which is called Civic Engage. And we had a demo of the new platform with one of our board members, with staff and department heads who manage the website for their various departments. And everyone liked it. They felt it was easier to use, had more capabilities, was easier to update, add forms. They have added enhancements for residents.
That's what my sound is.
So we brought, I had Civic Plus give me a price to undertake the work. And the price for the upgrade was $26,898. Because I believe there's going to be maybe some add-ons we would have, and mostly additional training for staff. I added another 6102 to the reserve fund transfer, bringing it up to 33,000 even. The reason why we want to get going on it now is because coming into the summer, it's going to be about a 30-week process. This would give us a jump on it. I'd have June, July, and August, which would give staff a chance to focus on it, and then hopefully have most of it done going into the fall and start training and have everything up and running by the end of the calendar year. Again, I think it's going to be a benefit to the residents who utilize it, provide additional options for them. And I just think the current website, for lack of better terms, I would say it's old and clunky when you go on it. And this will be a vast improvement for us. So the reserve fund hasn't been used. I went through department budgets. I haven't seen any issues that would need the reserve fund between now and the end of the year, or at least if they do, they won't need more than what's left. So, if we could do the reserve fund transfer, that would give us a jump on doing the project. I did ask the Commonwealth if I could use CARES Act. I tried to make an argument how this was an improvement and enhancement that could be COVID related. And they said if I did this in the beginning of the pandemic, most likely it would have been approved for funding, but not now.
Nice try, though.
I know. I know. I was
Can't
just
say, no if you, can't say no if you don't ask.
exactly. It's my life story. I'm late to the game. So, so we tried, but if the finance committee saw the need, we'd get this going, and I'd give the go ahead tomorrow morning.
I got a couple of questions,
Yeah, go ahead.
so be afraid, because you're right in my wheelhouse here.
Can you answer the questions for me?
No, but you can ask the questions. You can ask the questions of the appropriate people. So this is Civic Plus giving us Civic Engage and us updating Civic Engage to our liking.
So they will do the upgrade. They will do the entire upgrade, but we will tell them how we want it designed. So we will look at various websites that use Civic Engage, and we'll give them ideas on how we would like it to look.
Okay. We need to make absolutely sure that they do what we call load testing on this product. So we don't have 50 people logging in at the same time and the site crashing. So I wanted in writing that someone's going to do load testing somewhere down the line.
Yeah,
Okay.
Is this hosted at their servers or?
It's hosted on their server, yes.
And the next question, I think I know the answer to this, and Rob, you might know also. This is based on a Drupal CMS, I believe. DRUPAL. I'm sure it doesn't mean. I'm sure I'm speaking Greek to you, Richard, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Can you ask whoever the powers that be are in this if it is the latest version of Drupal CMS?
Okay.
And let's see. Those were the couple of big things that stuck out in my head. I don't want this crashing on day one when we go live. Or at all, ever.
I'll take care of that tomorrow morning.
And everything's, Rob, I think you asked it, it's hosted on their servers, so all the data would reside there also?
Correct.
Okay,
I'm assuming they're hosting our current site as well, right?
Correct.
okay.
Any other questions?
That's a question on my screen.
Do you have a question, Susan, or was that
No.
just- Okay, I think I agree that the website is definitely in need of an upgrade. And Civic Engage is their newest product, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so I think getting to their newest product makes a lot of sense. And hopefully will make registering it a lot easier. Hopefully, security reasons, all that good stuff.
I looked at the example site you sent and that, I think it was Concord. That looked nice.
Yeah. I did the same, and then I went back to ours, and I was like, ooh. Kind of, I'm kind of used to it. I know where I've got to go, so I just go where I have to go. But could definitely use an upgrade. So with that, anybody have any motions?
Motion to accept.
The motion.
I'll second.
Rich will second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Okay, Susan, how do you vote?
Aye.
Jason,
Aye.
and chair votes aye as well.
Are there milestones they have to meet? And will we be able to review those milestones?
Yes, they've given me a statement of work and deliverables, and I will send all of that out once I finalize it, because we've been working on this for a little bit. Once I get that updated and finalized, I'll send everything I have out to the Finance Committee.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think that gets us through all the transfers. Did I miss any, Richard?
No, that was great. Thank you very much.
Cool. Do we have any? I doubt we have any, but do we have any committee reports? Bylaw or?
Nothing to report at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. We don't have any recording secretary timesheets. How are we doing on meeting minutes?
So the new recording secretary has been catching up on both Selectmen and Finance Committee, and I'll see where she is with the Finance Committee, but I think she was getting herself caught up with Selectmen and then moving over to FinCom.
Okay, yeah, I was just getting concerned if we get too much time. I have some notes and stuff, but over time they'll get lost.
Yeah. She's been getting all the recordings, and the way she's going to work is she won't come to the meeting. She'll work off the recordings, whether it's just a tape recording or the actual videos like this.
Okay. Yeah, whenever she's got those ready, she can forward them to us and we'll review. I think I'll have to follow up with we approved a few at the pre-annual town meeting. I don't know if did I send you that info, Richard? I can't remember.
On the transfers?
No, on the meeting minutes. So Melissa had sent, I don't know, half a dozen. And
You sent me some notes. I'll have to go back and look.
Went through some of them, and a couple we had some questions on, or a typo or something, and I sent it to Melissa, but I never heard back. So, so I'm not sure how to exactly follow up on that. But
I'll ask. I'll have Janine contact Melissa in the morning.
okay, I don't believe we have anything else on the agenda.
I'll make a motion to adjourn then.
Second. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's wrong.
Rob already bailed out on us.
Failed.
There he is.
I just lose everybody.
He already adjourned.
Hold on.
Must be that AOL connection he has at the house.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
do it quick.
All All right, who's making the motion?
Aye.
No, all right, Rich making the motion to adjourn. Who's second?
Yeah, I'm seconding.
Jason second. Rich, how do you vote?
Aye.
Susan?
Aye.
Jason?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are adjourned. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very,
Aye. Thank you.
thank you very much, everyone.